All right, guys, here we go again. Another MWR Financial Monday Night Live. Boy, do we have something for you tonight. Listen, with this time that we got left, send out those last minute texts, make those last minute phone calls. You want your team on this call. They're going to hear something tonight that will help them propel their business to a different level. My name is Gerald W. Parker, Executive Regional Director with MWR Financial. I'm your host tonight. I am so excited to be here. What a great Monday. Listen, we're just coming off a incredible weekend with the Game Changer virtual event. So much is going on, guys, that are really, really helping us position ourselves to win this game. Finally get a real chance to win because we've got the platforms in place to do that. So let's see who's on the platform with us tonight. I'm shooting for 50 states, and I know we can do it. New Jersey's first one out. Paul, welcome, sir. Always a pleasure to see you. Who else we got? There's my man, Raleigh, North Carolina. Darryle Banks, see you on Saturday, my friend. Cleveland, Ohio. Terry Reed, always a pleasure. Look at here. Who we got? Mr. Barbara Holmes. We're talking Georgia again. Who else do we have? Delaware's in the house. Brenda Motley, absolutely. Who else is there? Phoenix, Arizona. I told you we could get 50. Miss Gibbs, all right. Miss Schufert, all right. Alabama, Roll Tide. St. Louis, Missouri, all right. Darian, all right. Las Vegas, Nevada. Let's play that roulette table there. Columbus, South Carolina. All right, Miss Tigga T. All right, here we go. Miss Lovey Sullivan, Tampa, Florida. Guys, it just keeps coming. All right, Reggie out of Texas. Glad to have you, sir. Who else is joining the platform? Miss Gillum out of Virginia. Guys, keep it coming. All right, Suffolk again. Virginia's in the house, representing our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. Cecilia, absolutely a pleasure to have you on the platform. Hollywood, Florida. Alexandra, way to go. Who else is out there? I think we got Pennsylvania again. Robin, welcome so much. Who else is out there on the platform? Guys, let's get a couple more in before we transition over. That's my friend Randy out of Colorado. Welcome, sir. Good to see you. Jeff Cooper, New York. Always a pleasure, sir. Who else do we have? Let's get a couple more, and then we're going to transition over here. Michigan. All right, guys. Again, we got, let me see. Oh, California. There we go. Elizabeth, absolutely welcome. Who else do we have there? That's California again. Renee, thank you so much for joining the platform. Guys, let's go ahead and get started. Listen, we've got a star-studded cast for you tonight. I want you to grab a pencil and paper, and you're going to want to take some notes. This is going to inspire a lot of people to hear these stories that you're going to hear tonight. Now, I've got the pleasure and privilege of bringing on the gentleman that helps make all of this happen for us. I'll tell you a little bit about him. You've heard from him before. He's on the platform every Monday night. He spent his life helping others, and I'm convinced, folks, that that's why he has been so successful and continues to be. Now, he's built teams of tens of thousands of people across this country. Here's the beauty of it. I was in the room. I witnessed it with my own eyes. Imagine absolutely seeing it happen. Now, these principles that he's bringing forth are tried, tested, and true. Without question, he's a do-it-first leader. This gentleman knows how to build big, and I think many of you have already figured that out. Now, you won't ever be taught anything with theory with him. All these systems that he's helped create are proven, predictable, and profitable, and we'll all enjoying the rewards of that. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, help me welcome to the platform MWR's Financial President of Leadership and Field Development, Mr. Adamo Tulsa.
Hey, Gerald, how you doing, my friend?
Hey, if it gets any better, man, I'll be a Los Angeles Laker.
That's how, in fact, I'm representing the purple and gold tonight. That's awesome. Well, Gerald, I'm telling you, I'm super excited about tonight's call because anytime you get a chance to hear from leaders in the field that are doing things, and some of these names are not household names yet in MWR Financial, but you will see tonight the impact that they will make, the just from what they do, the inspiration that you'll get from hearing what they've done, their stories, and where they're headed is going to become you're going to recognize why they're going to become household names. That's what I'm trying to say, Gerald. I'm so excited, I'm tongue-tied, but
they will be household names at the pace they're going right now. Believe me, when you hear these names tonight, write them down. You want to get used to it.
Right, because I think, Gerald, there's nothing like hearing from someone who's actually doing it versus having corporate kind of say, very generically, this is this, this is that. But to hear what's happening, what they're doing, you get a chance to hear, number one, that people from all walks of life are succeeding here in MWR Financial. Number two, you get to see that people have similar challenges or things they've had to overcome just like you did, and now they're here. And then the third thing, Gerald, I think you see is some people have experience in other businesses in this industry, but why they've settled here. It all helps you to understand what you have in your hand and how special that is. Don't you agree, Gerald?
I agree with you 100%, Dom. No question about it. And I think these people have realized that. But something you mentioned about coming from, different walks of life, but we all have the same challenge. At the end of the day, when you look at it, we're really all up against the same thing. So now the issue becomes, how do we deal with these things and how do we fight through it? And like these people, myself and many others, all I needed, and Donald, was a chance, just a chance. And MWR Financial became that chance for me to be able to propel my life to a totally different level. And I just needed some help doing it. I needed a vehicle that got me there. And this thing showed up right in front of my front door. I jumped right in the vehicle and took the wheel.
That's it. And that's exactly it, Gerald. I was in that same position and wound up having a chance, and it just literally changed the course of the direction of my life. And it's been one of the most rewarding, fulfilling, sometimes driving me crazy, sometimes frustrating, sometimes painful, but super exciting to be able to have the lifestyle that I've been able to have, and this business has afforded me to be able to have my wife be a stay-at-home mom, and we chose to do that so we could parent our kids in a certain way, and then to see the fruits of all that labor happen where you're in the next generation. You can see that they've stepped on our shoulders and they're propelled forward in their futures. That is, I want that for every person on this line, and it's possible. Especially, you're going to understand why it's so possible and can be probable here. And so before I do that, though, Gerald, because you did such a great job last night, I'm going to tell you something here in just a moment. So I want you to stay with me. But Gerald, I have to tell you something. This is not exciting. This is super, super exciting. October 9th. Everyone write that date down. October 9th at the Marriott New York LaGuardia. So that's right there in Queens at the LaGuardia, near the LaGuardia Airport, in East Elmhurst, New York. So East Elmhurst, New York, in the Grand Ballroom, we're about to set the New York market and all around on fire. We have some of our top Spanish leaders have come together to pull a major event off in the city of New York, but we know we have leaders all over this country. You had a couple people tonight, you mentioned New York. So we are going to absolutely do that. So if you have people in that area, we're going to make sure you get all the details of what it is and when it is, but you want to make sure they come to that area on that Saturday. I believe it's October 9th. And I'm telling you, we are going to have an absolute epic event. And you know what's going to make it even more epic, Gerald? I'm going to be in New York City, but it's my anniversary day. So October 9th is my anniversary, number 28. So I'm going to have the missus in tow with me.
Hey, congratulations on 28 wonderful years, my friend.
Thank you.
And I must congratulate your wife too for being able to stick and stay and hang in there with you.
Boy, I'm trying to tell you. I already tell you, when you see her, you know she had a sense of humor to be with me. Boy, I am a piece of work.
Hey, Dom, just confirm this for me. Now, this is Maria Reyes's group and team,
right,
that are growing in that area, right? And as Maria always says, historia. So that is exactly what she's getting ready to help happen in that New York area. I'm so excited for those guys. Matter of fact, I've got people in New York, so I'm on the phone as soon as this is over.
Right. Yeah. Absolutely. So Maria Reyes, I know Moises Flores, who just became a executive district director. His wife, oh my goodness, just had one of those, Kathy. They're all involved with putting this together, and some other great leaders. But I will tell you, not only it'll be Spanish, but it'll be English, because obviously I'm there, going to have to help me out with that. But it is going to be an absolutely powerful, powerful event. So I'm super excited about it. Wanted to share that with you. But here's what I want to do, Gerald. Because last week it was literally by popular demand. You did such a phenomenal job just from one leader to another leader having a conversation. We want to kind of use that same format again this week, if you don't mind. I want you to bring up the different leaders and just do what you did last week, except now with a different group of people. And I'm telling you, this group we have on tap for tonight, absolutely powerful, Gerald. You already know. That's why I know you're so excited about it. But I'm going to have you bring up from Talisha to, and we're not going to give all the names now. We're going to wait, but we're going to go forward from there. But Gerald, I'm going to turn the call or this platform over to you and let you do what you do. I'm going to be right here. So if you need me or some input, I'll do that. But I'm excited about what I'm about to hear. I have my notepad, so you guys don't think that they're the only one. I have my notepad and pen. I'm ready to go. I take notes too. Okay. So Gerald, go right ahead.
And Damo, listen, thank you for the opportunity to present these three superstars that you're going to hear from tonight. All of them are gold medal winners. One of them is a triple gold medal winner. Imagine that. And with a short period of time involved in this business with this opportunity with MWR Financial, these people have stood up and said, hey, I want to lead. I want to grow a team. I want to build this business. And so they're standing out. And as we mentioned earlier, get used to these names because they will be household names in a very short period of time at the pace that they're going, what they've been able to do, hit the ground and running. But I honestly believe that all that relates back to one's vision, right? So these things, and I say it all the time, you see something with this. And if you see it, then you run with it. And these people have done it. So the first one that we'll bring to the platform tonight, this young lady, I've just had a chance to meet her tonight, but she's excited. I'm telling you. And listen, her record speaks for itself. She's a gold medal winner doing our promotion. She is also an area director, Dom, an area director. I won't even tell you how long it took me to get the area. I mean, you talk about how short of a period that this young lady's doing, but she hails out of Dallas, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome to the platform, Miss Talisha Black.
Hi, Darryle.
How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing great. If it gets to the bed, I won't be able to stand. And I'm honored to be on this platform with you tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. But I'm telling you, I'm anxious, and many of the people on the platform are anxious to hear your story because you've been with MWR Financial for a very short period of time. You took advantage of the promotion period and was awarded a gold medal in that process. And as you went toward the goal, you became an area director. So we know how significant that is as it relates to the growth of one's MWR Financial business. I mean, so you've knocked this thing out in a major way. And it sounds to me that you've got some plans to do some even bigger things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So tell us what was it about MWR Financial that really attracted you?
So to be honest with you, Gerald, I didn't know anything about the company. When I got started, I heard something about credit and I heard we'll help you. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. And I jumped right in. It was something that I was looking for. I was just needing something and to do something different in order to change my life. So I literally knew nothing about the company. I just said, hey, this is what I was praying for. Let's go for it.
And you took that leap of faith, and the story sounds similar to mine. This is something I was praying for. And I was up against a lot when the opportunity knocked at my door. Even the issue of having the money to get in what was a problem for me. But I knew it was a prayer answer. So like you, I moved on it. But now prior to MWR Financial, did you have any experience in this industry?
No, none. I had done some direct sales, like residential door knocking and events, but that was it. I had never done network marketing before. I've seen it done. I've had people in my family do it and they never had success. So it wasn't one of those things that I was ready to jump right in. So I didn't even realize this was network marketing. I just said, sounds good to me. I need a change and I need help with my finances. So to be honest, I just said, Lord, lead me. And I jumped right in. Literally offline faith.
Wait a minute. Hold it. You've never done this sort of thing before.
No network marketing experience.
You're an area director.
It's been a journey getting here.
But that's
I've actually been with the company and I went to the launch of the company.
In 2019?
Yes, sir. So yes.
Oh.
So I've seen how this company has evolved. So for people that are like nervous and like they don't know, listen, I've seen how this company has literally gone from here and just exponentially grown. And the services and just all the new things they've added, guys, you're in the right place. You are in the right place. This is one of those things you can't go wrong with. The only way you lose is if you just don't do it.
Absolutely. Talisha, I got to agree with you there. I didn't realize you were there in 2019, but you said something, and people need to understand this. The platforms that are available to you and I right now, you and I didn't have that in 2019.
Exactly.
Some of these pieces weren't even in play yet. And as you say, you see this company kind of evolve and grow and master these services and even add more. And every one of those services that we've added will benefit the average everyday person greatly, you and me included.
Right, exactly. And even more than the services, just the amazing people for me that I've been able to meet and how they've grown my network and my net worth has been phenomenal. So, I mean, if you're not networking, you're crazy, because all it takes is one person that you never know you can meet that will change your life. Literally one person. And it all comes from networking. So you might as well increase those odds of you finding that person that can help change your life.
You know what? You said something that I always say. You're one person away from your business exploding. And that's exactly what happened to me. It was one person. That one person, my business exploded overnight. Imagine having the ability to meet or recruit somebody like an Adamo Tolson or Brian B. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One person. And listen, and those people, Talisha, they're out there. They're out there, and they're waiting for you and me to show them this opportunity. They're out there. So you can't prejudge people. You don't know where people are in their lives, but there are many people like you and me. We're sick and tired of being sick and tired. We're hungry. We're looking for an opportunity. It sounds like to me, when you saw this thing, you didn't hesitate.
Not at all. Because where I started from, I had literally, when I would hear people present this, it really hit home for me, because I started out the same way, going to school, doing everything everyone else wanted me to do, graduated top of my class, actually number one in my major, did everything right, and still had no money. Didn't know what I was going to do to take care of, myself. And then at the time, after I graduated, I found out I was pregnant with twins.
Oh, wow.
And with that, I'm like, okay, well, I have to keep going to school. I was on track to go to medical school. And I'm like, I have to keep going. I can't let this stop me. But again, it was still taking me back to the financial aspect of being able to go to school and take care of everyone. And so within that time, before I started medical school, I actually had an accident where I lost one of my sons. Oh. And when I say that totally changed my entire life, that changed everything all the way around. And from there, the financial hardships just kept coming. Our family never really recuperated from that loss. And it just took a toll all the way around. When I say I lost everything, I lost my car, my house. I literally lost everything man-made that we could possibly have or need, other than my life and the lives of my other children, because I continue to have children. So, I just became that mother that was like, look, I'm going to grind it out no matter what I have to do. I was Ubering, doing every single ride share, delivering for Amazon, 9 months pregnant, like everything, taking the kids with me, just hustling, because I could not let that be my excuse or reason why, I couldn't provide for them. So literally when I found MWR, I was at the end of my rope, and I had been praying and praying and praying. And I just said, look, at the end of the day, I have to do something different if I'm going to change what I'm in. I can't keep doing the same thing. I have to do something different. So I was actually homeless and like going from motel to motel when I found MWR. So it was crazy because I couldn't use all of the services because I didn't have an income. I wasn't an employee. I didn't have a physical address, so I couldn't really utilize the credit part because you can't use a PO box. I wasn't inputting my debt because I didn't have cash flow to even offset the debt. But the one piece that I did see I could use was the business and making the money. That's why you say, like, within MWR, it's something for everybody, whether you have money or you don't. You can find a way, if you really want something, to take over and put that money in to get started. Just like you said, you didn't have it. I didn't have it. I don't know how I found it. Just like you said you didn't have it. I didn't have it to even go to the launch, but I did. Jeff Trill told me I could bring my kids. So I said, oh, wow. I felt loved. I felt like, okay, good. I can be who I am in this company and just make it happen. So that's exactly what I did. I've been walking by faith every step throughout this journey for myself. And literally right now, like everything has turned around. Like I was able to get an apartment for the first time in 5 years. Got the keys, able to qualify. I have a vehicle. We're rolling. My babies are rolling now, you know, and this again is because of the amazing people that I've met in this company. The roadmap that I have for my finances now, that's the big picture. Not just everything you offer, but you actually have a full, clear-cut roadmap to get where you want to be. So MWR itself has taken me from where I am or where I was to now becoming who I am. And guys, it's not easy. I've been tried. I've wanted to quit, but you literally have to just make that decision that this is what you want and you have to make it happen. However you're going to do it. Because one thing I'll leave you with, and I will say, magic doesn't just happen. Life doesn't just stop because you decide to start a business. Many people think, oh yeah, I started a business. It's about to go smooth. We're going to be clear, smooth, clear skies, sailing, having a grand time. We're going to make money. It doesn't happen like that a lot of the times at all. So you literally have to just decide, no matter what comes your way, death comes, hardships come, you lose money, you win money, no matter what happens, you literally have to just keep going and decide, I'm not going to let this hold me back. Eliminate the excuses. If you don't want to call it an excuse, eliminate the explanation. If you don't want to call it an explanation, just eliminate the reason why you can't and decide that you're going to make it happen. And you will, because it's doable here. It's totally doable here. I don't know about them other companies, but it's doable here.
Listen, I just want to say, oh my God, what an inspiring story. Someone needed to hear your story tonight. You've made a difference. You've made an impact. But what I love about you is that you had plenty of opportunities to quit. I had no idea you've come from that to this. That is amazing. That is so amazing. I know your children are so proud of you, and their future is shining bright right now through you. You are going to be in a position to do some incredible things for them. But you, like me and many others, we finally found the vehicle that can help us get there. And as you say, when you talk about the people you're surrounded with in this company, I've never seen this kind of love. I've never seen this sort of support. Everybody wants everybody to win, whether it's upline, sideline, it doesn't matter. We're all encouraging each other because we see what's possible here. And a vehicle has been created for us. So this is the hope that you've looked for, the hope that I've looked for. But I'm just so inspired by your story to hear that, to know where you came from being homeless to losing a child. God, my prayers are with you. I pray your strength, that you continue to just move forward, and no matter what, just fight right through it, you know. And you've proven that that's possible. I'm honored to be on this journey with you, young lady. You've really, really, really inspired me tonight. Thank you so much for your time. Looking forward to continue working with you. Stay excited and just keep pushing through. God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you keep doing big things, because I saw you launch Miami. I was there too. I'm everywhere. I just be quiet.
I got you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Wow. Guys, what a story. But listen, that's MWR Financial. That's the opportunity that we bring. When all hope is lost, when it looks like there's just no way. This is the vehicle that can get you there. You talk about pulling yourself up by the bootstraps. You got to have the bootstraps to do it. MWR Financial is that for you, for me. You heard Talisha's Black story. What an amazing story. But that's the opportunity. That's the opportunity. That's MWR Financial. But guys, here we go again. Gets even better. There's another young lady that I'm bringing to the platform hails out of Alabama. Roll Tide. She is also an area director and also a gold medal winner. You've seen her and heard her making some noise. But again, you're talking about household names. You just heard from one of the superstars. And here's another one. Help me welcome to the platform, Miss Jessica Schufert.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Oh my God. She just blessed me in so many ways.
Isn't that? And I feel the same way. I feel the same way. So emotional about this, man. But you think about that. You think about that. And she had a million opportunities to quit. Jessica, she just kept fighting through.
She kept going. She did not let life obstacles stand in her way. Oh my God, girl. I love you. I love you.
But listen, I want to thank you so much for joining the platform tonight. Congratulations on your recent success. Area director, gold medal winner. You're moving this thing in a major way. Now, I didn't know and still don't understand fully what you do professionally.
So I'm a full-time entrepreneur. I have my own company, JTS Financial Solutions. We assist with individual tax returns, small businesses, bookkeeping, and financial counseling.
Wow.
So when MWR was introduced to me, I was like, oh my God, this is literally the missing piece. Now I'm a full-time entrepreneur and it's me. I have another employee and then I have my receptionist. But the bulk of everything is always on me.
Yes.
And so MWR came along and I was like, wow, this is going to help me in so many different ways, because instead of me having to do everything myself, I got some experts who are able to help my clientele grow their money. And in every way, you have a lot of companies out here that they just focus on one of the things that we offer. So you either get credit restoration or you get debt elimination. You're not getting the full financial makeover. So seeing MWR, and now that we've added all of this other stuff, I'm just like, oh my God, I can't even process it all right now. But having all of that to now offer that to my clients has been super amazing. Not only that, they've helped me in so many ways. I eliminated over $26,000 in credit card debt in less than 5 months.
Wow.
MWR, less than 5 months. It was so weird because I was paying things off so quickly till I literally was like logging into the account trying to see what's due, and nothing was due because I had paid all of my credit cards off. So that was a big accomplishment for me, because getting into business, having that overhead, I was like, wow, something has to change. And MWR was my saving grace.
So this platform sort of allowed you to add this to your portfolio, these slew of services that we bring to the table, and then without you having to do all the work yourself. Experts
for you.
And then you can trust that you're turning your clients over to experts, licensed, trained, seasoned experts, and they're going to get results because the system is proven predictable and profitable. And then on top of all that, Jessica, I think you probably saw too the opportunity, which is, I'm sure you have, being an area director, that you could offer an income opportunity for someone who had the desire to move their life forward with a vehicle like this.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, MWR literally paid me to get my life together.
Wow.
They paid me to get my life together. I was able to pay off a car. I just spoke about paying off the $26,000 in credit card debt. My credit score is now an 809.
Whoa.
I was able to refinance my home. So I got a super low interest rate, which is saving me right over $100,000 from what I originally signed up for.
Right.
So this is literally, when I say saving grace, I mean that in its totality. This has been a saving grace. This is something that I literally prayed for, and it came at one of the most amazing times in my life. 2019, I always, for people who know me, I always said like 2019 was that shift, and 2020 was more of the becoming. So 2019, I experienced a lot. leading up to my divorce, and I was carrying a lot of things. And so I was like, something has to change. Something has to change. At the time, me and my ex-husband, we was on good terms, but I was like, something got to change or whatever. And through him, one of his co-workers actually stated, I think this would be a good fit for your wife, considering, what it is she does. And so I reached out to him, and he stated, he sent me a video, and I looked at the video and I was like, oh my God. Like, yeah, he didn't have to sell me on nothing, like nothing. The video did it all. Shout out to Mr. Brian Bean. I love him.
Yeah.
So that once I saw that, I was like, okay, this is it. And I literally signed up, and I haven't looked back since. So MWR literally is out here changing lives.
When did you sign up?
I signed up October 2019. Yeah, okay. October 2019. So
wow. That's amazing.
No, it was November 2019.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, but what an amazing run, though. But I love what you're doing as a professional, and having the mindset to see and understand what this could do to kind of help your business with adding these tools and systems and experts. And that's what I love about MWR Financial. So if a person in the financial service industry can see this, then I would say, well, why doesn't everyone see it? But the thing that you mentioned about being able to really get your things in place as far as paying debt off and all of those things. I mean, so you yourself were able to surround yourself with these financial experts and these tools, and then get the same playbook that wealthy people are using every day. And Jessica, I know that that's the piece that we're all missing right there. So MWR Financial has leveled the playing field, and now the average everyday person has a real shot at winning, because we're going to master this money game with the help of these experts.
Absolutely. This company is an asset to any and everybody if you allow it to be. This is truly an asset.
Wow. Yeah. And you're building an incredible team. I'm so proud of you and so excited for you. I know this is only the beginning for you. You mentioned as we were backstage before we got on the platform that you already got your eyes on the Executive District Director.
Yes,
and I'm telling you. And as you move through this thing, it gets real exciting. It really does. You've seen the comp plan, you've experienced it, and you're seeing all the bonuses that are in play. But isn't it crazy? Someone reached out to me today and just wanted some clarification on the car bonus and the presidential club bonus. That's over and above daily guarantee. You know what I'm saying? That's just more money. But I mean, you think about the ability to hit those, just the first levels of each one of those. That's an additional $500 each, so that's $1,000. But imagine the second level of each one of those tiers: $1,250 for the second level, $3,000 for the third level of the car bonus, and then presidential club at the third level. There, you're talking $2,500 a month, over and above all the other money associated with this compensation plan. And then when I saw this, you're telling me there are 10 different ways, Jessica, that we can get paid from this platform?
I told you, getting your life together. And one of the things that I like, I'm almost to the car bonus. I'm going to get it. But the thing that I like the most is that MWR don't encourage us to go out and get a car.
Right.
They don't encourage us to go out and create debt.
Right.
You're able to do whatever it is that you want to do with it. When I do receive it, I'm speaking it into existence right now.
You'll get it. You'll get it.
I'm going to invest it into my PR account. So my PRA account. So yeah, I literally love this company, you guys. I love it. They believe in us. Listen, I don't know what else to say about this company. Like, they have changed my life so much. They are allowing me, I love to help people. They are allowing me to touch so many other people to get their life and their finances together. It's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it, though, and particularly from your standpoint, I look at you as a financial service expert, right, in that area and in that arena, being able to bring these additional tools and systems to the table. And I'm sure it's allowed you now to kind of reach out to even more clients that you otherwise would not may have had access to.
Because half of the stuff, I was like, what? what is that? So I'm continuously getting educated myself by listening to the experts. Like when Mr. Burner called me, we have several conversations, and I was like, wow, I can do that. Yeah. So now I'm in the classroom at this moment. I'm in the classroom because now this is something else I can speak to my clients about and let them know, hey, you got your own financial advisor, literally for less than $4 a day. Because anytime somebody come in my office for an hour, at minimum, it's $150. What? At minimum. So you can get all of this plus more for $4 a day. Like, it's insane. It's absolutely insane.
It's a no-brainer. But listen, let's thank the CEO and founder, Mr. Brian House, and for those relationships with those service providers that willing to come on board and see this thing for what it really was, an opportunity to make a difference in the average person's life. And those guys see what they're a part of, that they have an opportunity to impact the lives of so many people, and to package this thing up in a way where the average everyday person can afford it, as you say, for the price of a cup of coffee, man. I mean, it's a godsend for so many people, and I want everybody in America, whether they do it or not, they need to see this. They need to hear this. They need to be a part of this, because this is life changing, as you say. But coming from you, I mean, that says a lot, being that you're in the industry, you're in the financial service industry, and here you are, an expert yourself, saying that this is, something worth looking at.
Absolutely. Mr. House, he did a phenomenal job when he came up with this idea. And I love him to pieces, because you don't find too many people that's really vested in truly helping people get out of debt. This is something that everybody is dealing with, especially right now during these times. Everybody is dealing with some type of financial issue. And for him to think about this years ago and to be able to implement it and have that supporting cast of financial advisors and tax attorneys to be able to give us everything we need in every lane when it comes to finances, he's literally God's gift to so many.
And I say that to him often myself, Jessica. Seriously, it's amazing to me, because I've known Mr. House for over 16 years, one of the best friends I've got in the entire world. But when he called me, he didn't call me and say, Gerald, I've got an idea about a business I want to start. He says that God had given him a vision to create a business that would establish a platform that would give the average everyday person access to financial services that can assist them in winning. And so his art is in it. I mean, no question about it. And I said to a group of pastors the other day that when they meet, I said, before I say this, that when you meet this man, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But he believes, honestly, that this is his mission, his assignment, that God has him here for this reason, because he got more money than Wells Fargo. And I mean, he ain't got to do this, but he wants to find a way to give back. And I never met anybody with such compassion. And I don't know, have you had an opportunity to meet him yet?
Yes, I actually, the first event we was at 2 of the Crown Plaza, so the lunch of it. And so I think that Sunday we was near the one at the airport. So we literally sat down, and I was gonna leave out earlier that day, right after the event, but something just said stay around. And I had the chance of sitting down and having a conversation with him. And he just blew my mind, because I was going between, like, should I introduce this to the church? How should I introduce it to my church? And he just really just laid it out for me. And I was like, that makes so much of sense. And I literally saw, like, the purity of his heart during that conversation.
Yes.
I'm big on energies, and his it was pure.
Listen, but isn't he the coolest guy you ever met?
He is,
and the most down to earth person that anybody could meet, man. I'm telling you, he's the real deal. He is the real deal. So we're excited, and then to be able to align himself with leaders like Indamo Tolson, and help us develop these platforms. And you've seen Miss Sonia Williams, all the stuff that's coming, man.
She's super amazing.
Hey, we got a super team. We got a super team, but that's his level of commitment to you and I, so that we can succeed. And then we're given these same tools so we can help other people succeed. But that is what this thing is all about. So Jessica, thank you so much for joining the platform tonight.
Having me.
I'm so excited for you. You keep doing what you're doing. And again, go to Birmingham and ask them about Gerald Parker when you get a chance.
Gerald sent me. I want everything in here for free. I can say that.
Hey, roll tide.
Roll tide.
Take care.
Thank you.
Good deal. You're welcome. Guys, hey, listen, where do you go to have fun and make money at the same time? And then build relationships, friendships that'll last a lifetime. That's the beauty of what we've got here with MWR Financial. So listen, thank you, Jessica, for your time and your efforts and all that you're doing to make a difference. Ladies and gentlemen, this next young man that I'm bringing to the platform, I'm telling you, listen, area director, has been in the business for, I don't even believe it's 30 days, triple gold. You heard from 2 gold medalists. I was fortunate enough to be a gold medalist myself, but a triple gold medalist. And this gentleman, like I said, we're going to hear his story. So let's bring him to the platform. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, help me welcome to the platform, Mr. Anton Clemens.
How are you? How you doing this evening?
Hey, my friend, if he gets in the bed, I won't be able to stand it, boy. I'm honored to be on this platform with you. Listen, your reputation precedes you, my friend.
Well, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. I really do.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, where are you from, sir?
So, Ethan Clemens, originally from the nation's capital, D.C.
D.C.
Live in Atlanta, Georgia. Been here now almost 30 years.
All right, good deal. Now, listen, it's my understanding that, and congratulations on your success, your recent success with MWR Financial. I want to clear something up. How long have you been in the business with MWR Financial?
Today makes 31 days.
Area director, triple gold, 31 days.
Yes.
That's special, sir. Congratulations.
I really appreciate it. It's all
now, I do understand that you've had some experience in this industry. What was it about MWR Financial that attracted you to take a look at this and join this crusade?
Well, it's a number of things. And I want to give a shout out to the other ladies. That Miss Black, her story was very powerful. You know, first time in the industry and getting it done. And also Miss Shuford, who sees an example of something she's already doing. And I heard about MWR, Mr. Parker, actually 2 years ago. I heard about it. I was in another project at the time, and I really just took a snapshot at it, looking at it from a view because I was focused on something else. And I did it because of the relationship that I had with a partner, right? So I knew about the company, and I knew a couple people, but I really didn't take a deep dive into see what it was all about, right? So I knew about it, but I really didn't investigate. It was really up until 18 months ago, I got a call from Brian Bean, right? And the time when he was about to partner with the company, and he and I had spoke, but we've always stayed in touch, you know, either through messages and so forth. And I was really enticed because of my relationship with Brian, but I was focused on something else, right? I was still doing something else. But recently, after, you know, going through some challenges and some changes with companies, I revisited MWR again, and I reached out to Mr. Bean, and we had a chance to really talk about what MWR has and why it's so different. And that was really compelling for me to really see what the company had in place. And I have not seen anything like it. And Mr. Parker, I've been in the industry now 16 years, right? I've been full-time over a decade now. And so we've had some success. We've been really mentored over the years by some incredible leaders around the world. And I'm just that guy that really saw the vision of the industry when I was my back was against the wall. My background originally was an IT guy. I worked in information technology, but I was always that guy, you know, hustling, you know, doing things on the side. You know, I was doing entertainment here in Atlanta, as I would tell people when I got on stage that I was getting my puffy on, right? I was actually wanting to be, I was doing a lot of parties and, you know, just wanted to be in that element because I have a thing for music. But I was, you know, I had that drive to really do something different. And being in IT was okay, and I did well in it, but something was missing. And I remember the first time I looked at network marketing back in 1995, 96, I was working for a company back then, and I remember going to the meeting because a couple of guys invited me, and it was a technology company back then called Excel. And I know you probably remember that, right?
Yep.
And I sat there, I saw the information, but my mind sat down. You know, I really didn't understand what was going on because I was in IT and I was doing well, but I didn't understand why I would want to build something with a company that, you know, I really hadn't heard of. And this company I was with had a big name. So for years, I just missed the industry because of my own intelligence wasn't there. But it's something about when you go through something in life. And in 2005, after becoming a project manager for a small CLEC, small phone company, went through a massive layoff. This is right before the recession hit. And I couldn't find a job for 11 months, almost a year. I was out of work and things got really, really tough, back against the wall. And finally, there was several things that happened in my life, a relationship with my father, who's now passed away. And I watched him go through something similar 5 years before that. And I said to myself, if I don't get out of my comfort zone of life, because all I knew was IT, I was going to be an actor playing the role that my dad went through 5 years before me. And that's when I picked up the phone and called a gentleman who had been chasing me, literally contacting me for years about this industry. And when I called him, he said, Ethan, I've been waiting on you. And that's where it started for me.
Wow, that is powerful, Ethan. Now you've had a lot of success in this industry. I want to kind of help some people understand this because they can say whatever they want to about this business model. Mm-hmm. Network marketing works. Absolutely. You can go as far back as Amway. I mean, how many millionaires did they create? A.L. Williams, how many millionaires did they create? You can't tell me that and look, what I love about this, and from any walk of life, don't care where you come from, whatever side of the track you were born and raised on, it doesn't matter. If you've got the desire, a platform such as this can get a man or woman the chance of a lifetime. Would you agree?
I totally agree. There's no doubt about it. You know, we have this saying, and I know you've heard this, Mr. Parker, you've been around for a while. You know, we don't care if you went to Yale or if you just got out of jail. Nobody really cares. This is the industry that has a level of playing field for everybody. And I just believe that a lot of it starts with the personal development. When I first got started, my mentors, Mr. Bean and the organization, they got up under me because I was hungry. As Les Brown would say, you got to be hungry, right? Yeah. I was hungry. My back was against the wall. And I decided to really separate myself from the people I had been hanging out with and doing the things I was doing. And I said, let me hang out with these people because they were listening to things I hadn't listened to. They were reading things. I remember the first day I got started, my sponsor said, I need you to go get this book. My first year in network marketing by Mark Garnell. I didn't ask no questions. I went and got the book. And it went from that point on. So I OD'd on PD, on personal development. Mm-hmm. And that is still something, a fixture in my life today. So what the difference was for me, to be honest with you, Joe, was that the environment was different. When I met the people, I could see the success. When I met Brian Bean, when he came to my condo to do the first presentation, I didn't even know who he was. They just said that he was coming because I had a little bit of influence in the entertainment business. And Mr. Bean showed up, and I was like, you know, he's 10 years younger than me. And I was looking at him like, this guy's, you know, he's got a massive team. And, you know, and so that day he saw something in me as well, and we connected. And I just continued the journey, Gerald. I just saw the value. And here's what's funny. Even when I went back to corporate America, because I was still learning the industry, I didn't trust them no more. Mm. I didn't trust corporate America. I personally didn't do it anymore because I knew that they were going to lay me off again. So I said, let me just focus on learning. When I get off work, I'm changing clothes and I'm on the phone. I'm on the road on the weekends. I put in the work because I saw what could happen. And so belief really comes when you can see the absence of someone else having success, right? How you do anything is how you do everything. So what we've done actually in the first 30 days is really about creating a story. We hear the glory, but a lot of times people don't know the story and where we come from. And so for me, it's always setting the example of going out and making things happen because I was really mentored by great people along the way and been in some great companies. But here's the thing. I've seen nothing like MWR. Nothing. Nowhere near, not even close.
I wanted to talk about that. I'm glad you brought that up. With the experience that you have in this industry, but to see a platform like MWR Financial and all the tools, systems, experts that it brings to the table, I, like you, had never seen anything like this. And then we took away that excuse. I mean, basically to provide service for people and have them do it on their own. We know that everybody's got good intentions, but people don't have follow through. But now to add to all those services and those tools, an expert, licensed, trained, that's going to hold an individual's hand from day one to get them to the other side. I knew then that there was something real special about this one.
I would agree. When I started to dig into MWR, sitting with Brian Bean, and he was telling me about how this was really different. Because remember, when I looked at it, I didn't really look at it closely. I didn't look at the comp plan. I didn't look at the services. I just knew they were in the financial space. And back then, the mindset, and this is me being very transparent, is that to me back then, that when you look at the financial services, it just wasn't sexy to me, right? Mm-hmm. But I had to re-change that. I had to really change my thought process. This is the new sexy, right? It is. And so when I started looking at it, especially where I've gotten to in my life now, I wanted to really understand financial literacy. I think there's something missing out in the marketplace and a lot of different environments and cultures about finances. How is it that the wealthy continue to create wealth and the poor get poor? Well, there's something missing. And the literacy and the education is something that you can't put a price on. Nobody can ever take that from you. So when I started looking at the services that they offered, and I've had my issues with dealing with the IRS, right? I've gone down that road, right? I've experienced this. And so for all the people that are on the call tonight, let me tell you guys, if this is your first opportunity, I promise you this, there is nothing that can come close to what this company has to offer in regards to the services, in regards to anything that's out there, in regards to a compensation plan, to be able to really impact your life from a financial perspective. Mr. Parker, I don't know about you, but I didn't come from this line. So when they started talking about land banking, PRAs, what is that, right?
Hey, look, Mr. Clement, when the guy mentioned the PRA to me, I seriously, in his face, almost called him a liar. I said, who does that? He said, wealthy people do it every single day. And then I was so naive to the process, I was under the impression that I was going to need to come to the table with $10,000 or $20,000, a jump-started investment account that would get me the kind of yields that these guys were talking about. And then he said, no, you don't need $10,000 or $20,000. Mr. Clement, the same $350 that they saved me in taxes was the money that I used to jumpstart that investment account. Turns out this private reserve account paying me 10 times more than my current 401k, put me in a position to retire in 10 years versus 25. I said, man, get out of here.
Wow. And see, that's the type of information that we haven't had access to. Yeah. I've never heard of this type of information before. And I consider myself pretty astute. I figured I'm pretty savvy, but I didn't know this. And you don't know what you don't know. I thank God that I had at least enough acumen to really pick up the phone and reach out to Mr. Brian Bean again. Because I was telling Adamo today when I talked to him, and I know maybe you've been there before, I was at a place where I was like, do I really want to do this again?
Right.
I've always given my all to these companies, and so unfortunately, they end up doing something that impacts your business. You do nothing wrong, but then they make a shift.
Yep.
A shift happens in life. That's a play on words, right?
Right.
But at the same time, I saw something different here and getting a chance to hear from the leadership on how they're dedicated to be different. Also talking to Mr. House briefly and him actually sharing that thing about his heart and this being his ministry. You don't really see that a lot of times, especially from owners. I've had a chance to meet and deal with some owners, and a lot of times they don't have a background in the industry. This may be something that they're doing outside of what they may be in the oil industry or something else. But you can tell, they say that people don't care how much you know until they really know how much you care. And I can tell that Mr. House really cares. So for the people who you reach when you really want to have success, this is not one of those things. This is a different kind of thing. And I want you all to really take advantage and really go out there and tell everybody about MWR, because everybody needs financial literacy. What we've gone through with COVID, so many people have been impacted by that. I had COVID. I ended up in the hospital a couple of times. It was no joke. And so, and for me, I just decided that if I'm going to build this, and I always go hard, it's what I know how to do, is that really I just want to go out there and help so many other people see why they need to hang and plant their flag here, because there's something different for the people. We all go through something in life, but once you make a decision that you find something that can impact your life, you never have to turn back. You can see the whiteboard behind me. I've got the numbers up. It's drawn out.
I see it.
Oh, yeah, it's drawn out because I understand I got to see it every day. So that personal development thing that I do is a part of my life. Every single morning when I wake up, I look in the mirror and I say something to myself. How many people am I going to help today? How many people am I going to reach out to and talk about MWR? See, I understand the law of average, and that in order for me to have the success that I want to, it's about helping people. How many people can I help them see the education that this company has on how it can impact and change their life.
Well, Mr. Clemens, you said something that really, I think people need to really begin to understand. That whole personal development, that is such a powerful tool for an individual to propel their life to a different level, because it's mindset now. You know, and something that my mentor and your mentor and the gentleman that you're in business with has said to me. I saw him at an event in Atlanta for the first time, I don't know, two and a half years ago. He was on the stage. And he said something that was so profound that I was taking notes, but I began to live by this. He says that an obstacle is a physical object, a wall, a river. You've got to go around it, under it, over it. Everything else, Mr. Clemens, is just in your mind. And man, I walked out of that event after hearing him say that. My life hasn't been the same since. And he's absolutely right. But that personal development, man, will get you there. That is so critical. That carries you through all the tough times. That keeps you inspired, keeps you motivated. And people have got to do that. You've got, how many books are you reading? What is the book you're currently reading now? All of those things play a huge part, man, in growth in this industry, in this business, and life itself, I would think.
It really is. It really makes a difference. And it was interesting for me that when I got in the industry, Mr. Parker, I'd never heard of personal development. I went to college for a period of time, but I never knew about personal development. And so it really opened up the mindset that I didn't have that existed in all these different things. One of the books I've read recently, is my second time reading, is The 4 Agreements. And that's been an incredible book for me to read, right? So I really love that book. And so if you haven't heard of that, pick that book up. There's so many different books out there. And I think that when you start to find that agreement within yourself on what you're really looking for in your purpose, you've got, there it is, my man. Exactly.
Hey, I started looking for it when you said it. I just put it off the bookshelf. It's great. Hey, but listen, Mr. Clemens, guess who turned me on to this book?
Who's that?
And Darryle Tolson.
Darryle
Tolson. You mentioned something earlier about the people you hang around, right? And that's
right.
why it's so critical for us to understand. You know, they say that your income is the average of your 5 closest friends.
That's right.
And I take that very seriously. When I looked at that, I got rid of all my friends because it was real. It was real. But you begin to surround yourself with people like you, Mr. Clemens, like Darryle Tolson, like Brian Bean, man, and you feed yourself with this kind of stuff, it's over. You can achieve anything that you dream of achieving.
I totally agree. And I don't think, in my opinion, today that we talk enough about personal development. I don't hear enough about it where that it really can impact people from their mindset. Because a lot of times, where you come from in your environment and being around certain people, from your family to friends, you don't have that type of people talking to you in the fact of how to really go out there and achieve something in a different light. Have you been working on your mind? Have you been reading something that can really put fuel into your soul? And so it's like having a pilot light. When you're in personal development, that light stays lit. Anytime something happens, I can go and do a reference on something, and I'm always fired up all over again. But it's because I made that decision. Wow. That decision years ago has led me to a career that I'm really blessed. Network marketing not only changed my life, but to be honest with you, it saved my life. In so many different ways, it allowed me to really grow. My family looks at me as this different guy today, right? It's kind of funny, but I felt like I was a great person, a good person, treat people right. But network marketing and the personal development did so much for me. It allowed me to expand my thoughts on places I'd never been before. And I was willing to do the work. See, I've never been scared of work because I've always worked. And I just said, if I can apply my work ethic to this industry, get the knowledge and share that with people, then we can build something great together. I love what we're able to do. I'm looking forward to really a home here. I told Mr. House this, I'm looking for a home. I'm not looking to go nowhere else. I'm planting my flag. And you guys can call me out on it. I'm not that type of guy that bounces around. Once I get there, I'm solid, unless they do something that's just wacky, as I like to say, right? So as long as they do what they do, and I think they are based on what I've talked to Mr. House and O'Donnell, guys, ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't get much better than MWR. I'm going to say that right here in front of everybody because I've seen a lot. Some people can tell you about some things, but some people have lived through some things. I've lived through the journey of going through companies that left me when I wasn't ready to leave them. And now, because I found something that I believe that's a jewel, I'm going to do everything in my power to go out there and spread the message why MWR is the place you want to be.
Mr. Clemens, you got me so fired up right now. But listen, you say you're looking for a home. I say, welcome home, my friend. I'm gonna go ahead and get you some keys cut for the front door. We're gonna leave the light on for you. Don't you worry about a thing. You got a home here, man. You've inspired so many people. Your story tonight, again, I'm sure has impacted people and changed lives. You're building an incredible team, and you've done this thing in a very short period of time. So I know, I can only imagine what's to come in the next 30 or 60 or 90 days with your involvement with MWR Financial, and to be partnered at the hip with a guy like Brian Bean. Well, oh man, I tell you what, you got it. But I'm so honored, man, to be on this platform with you. Continue doing what you're doing. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to hear from you again very soon, I'm sure.
Thank you for having me, Mr. Parker, and big ups to MWR. Let's go get it.
Thank you, sir. Great stuff, guys. Wow, wasn't that something, guys? These are stories. These are people who are involved in the same industry that you and I are in the same business that you and I are in. Those guys that you heard from tonight, they're given 24 hours in the day, just like you and I. So what are we really doing with our time? How committed to this process are we? We can achieve greatness because we've got a vehicle that can help us get there. Everything is in place. The provisions have been made. Whatever it is you want to do, you can make happen here. There are no limitations to the mind. I'm quoting W. Clement Stone. Yeah, you know, you heard Mr. Clemens talk about, feeding yourself with these positive affirmations and reading and staying in books like this, you know, but there's no limitation to the mind except those we acknowledge. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. I mean, and that was a book that I read probably 30 years ago. And we'll read it again and before the year is out, because I go back to those books all the time. But I'm telling you, we've got to begin to feed ourselves with that. We're in the right place at the right time. I know you've heard that before. If there was ever a time that it was true in Dalmo Tolson, it is the time now.
No, I'm telling you, Gerald, absolutely outstanding job. Once again, just connecting and talking back and forth with our incredible leaders. That's one of the things that it never ceases to amaze me at the remarkable talent, the remarkable special people that have aligned themselves here and locked arms with us to go out and really make a difference in people's lives. I mean, you look at what Talisha did tonight. She inspired so many. I was watching the comments. Talisha, I got to tell you, people were inspired all over the place. They just were going crazy with all the comments that you made. It was absolutely powerful. And to see what she went through and what MWR Financial has meant to her. Okay. You know, and here's the interesting thing. Not only was Talisha on someone's prospect list, which was great, but remember, MWR Financial is an exclusive invitation only membership that gives you access to those financial experts. So imagine if someone never invited Talisha. Imagine what that would be like if you don't go out and give an opportunity to someone. See, we hold a very, very special gift, because we can invite people into this incredible world. You heard not only Jessica talk about it from a professional point of view. She was like, wow, these experts are doing some of the things that I've been wanting the people to do, and they have to pay this, they have to pay that. You even heard her. See, this is what I love about the people in MWR Financial. She could sit there and be short-sighted and say, I'll take the $150 that you're going to pay me for the hour. But she's showing people how to take with the $4. Don't pay me $150, just pay for less than $4 a day, with less than a cup of coffee, if you will, at $4. And go get the experts that are going to help take you to where you want to go. Wow. So when you have people who care about people, when you have people who know they want to make a difference in people's lives, that's what really makes this such a special place to be, because we get the power. But I want everyone that's listening to realize the power that you have. Because going back to Talisha, what if someone did not share with her what MWR Financial is all about? It's sad. There are people out there in similar situations that are looking. They need us desperately, but they lead, as you've heard me say many times, Gerald, quiet lives of desperation.
Yes.
They look good. They smell good. You know, on social media, it's amazing. They live in their best life, but on some level, they're broke or broken.
Yeah, and Dom, I just want to interject this, and we'll come back to Mr. Clemens. But what you said was profound. What if someone had never talked with Talisha? But look at what MWR has been allowed her to do, to climb out of the hole, to bring herself where she is today. And what I loved about her story, that she spoke of hope and promise and a future and tomorrow and her kids and those kinds of things because of this opportunity. But I want to say to people that it goes even further than that. Say someone had not approached Talisha, right? And just say that one of her children, the gift that God has instilled in that child is to be a doctor, follow her mother's footsteps, and develop the cure for cancer. And millions of people would be saved as a result, right?
Right.
So that's what the way we got to begin to look at these things and understand. That's why you can't allow anybody to go by you without approaching them with this opportunity to say, hey, take a look at it. And that's all I ask people to do. You make your own decision, but just take a look at it.
Absolutely, Gerald. See, God uses people to get his message across. So you said something very important. So as Talisha had where her direction was going derailed, she had went through some things and you heard her story. Imagine, like you just said, now she can be in a position that by the time one of her children comes of age and they decide they want to be a doctor, they finish not only first in their class, but first in their major. And now they don't have the financial pressures or issues that they have to go through and overcome because their mom has created a platform for them to go and be able to see and recognize and seize the moment to become that doctor who cures cancer. And that's how God moves things. You never know. See, no one. Imagine this. You heard from Athan. Athan said, this industry changed his life.
Yes.
Didn't just change him; it changed his life. Had him thinking differently, operating differently. You heard Jessica talk about how she's been paid by MWR Financial to get her life or her act together. I mean, it's helped her in that way. And now she's sitting here with no debt, 800 credit score, 809, if I believe it was correct, 809 credit score, and completely out of debt. She was able to refinance her house and save her money. And then now she's looking to get the extra money, some of the bonus money. Watch this, not to go out and flash and floss and do all that. She understands what's happening here. She's seeing the direction that her life has moved in the short time she's been here at MWR Financial. And now she's going to go say, I'm going to invest in my PRA to grow her money even faster. So therefore, not only does she all of a sudden get to at an earlier age be able to say, you know what, I don't have to work because I don't want to. I work because I don't have to work because I have to. I work because I want to, or I choose to. I love what I'm doing and impacting people, but she gives herself options because she has freedom. And that's what we're doing here. That word freedom, which our country was founded on, what we fought for, all those things. Freedom is to me, it's one of the best words in the English language. And that's what we're going to do for people. We're going to help set people free. And that freedom of from the finances, it's like Athan said. I remember me being in the same situation where you're growing and you're going out there, but no one ever talked finances to you. They don't. You can go to school, you can go get your degree, go get your master's. They're not talking about PRAs and land banking and doing those kinds of things because that's the talk and the conversation of the wealthy. See, and our great CEO and founder, he recognized that because since he didn't grow up with a silver spoon in his mouth, when he started making money and started making his first million and then millions to follow, and he was able to be in those country clubs, he heard different conversations. Mm-hmm. But because of his heart for God and who he is, he recognized that these conversations that are being had, the average person could do it as well if someone would just share it with them, but there was no one talking to them.
Right.
My son is a financial advisor for Merrill Lynch. He's 26 years old. One of the things that challenges him all the time is that the very people who need the help the most, he is prohibited from talking to.
They don't make enough money.
They don't make enough money. And they don't have enough assets and resources. He only talks to the top 1% to 2%. You heard Talisha talk about, you got to create this and look at this as an asset. Look at MWR Financial as an asset. So that, I think it was Jessica talked about that this is an asset to anyone who would allow it to become that.
Right.
So this is one of the most special, not only times of our life, but it's so needed. And that ripple effect, you know, they're putting that stone into the pond and seeing the ripple effect. We haven't even begun to see the ripple effect. But when we see it, when we look up 5, 10, 20 years from now, and you see, watch this, not just the great leaders and what they've done and who they've become and the stories that they're written, the books they've written and the impact they've made. No, what you're going to see is their children and who they become and what they do and how they impact society on a mass scale. That is what you have to have the vision to see that, but I'm telling you, I promise you that's where we're headed. That's where we're headed. I told you all that I truly believe that MWR Financial in the next 3 to 5 years will have 250,000 people that join us from where we are now. And here's what's crazy about that. That 250,000 people that I'm telling you is going to join us, they have to come through one of you. They have to come through one of you. So you are at the moment. So whatever you prayed for, hoped for, you know, absolutely is here for you. You just need to lock arms, have a focus, and have something that says, because what I love that Athan and his expertise, and when I say his expertise, he's been in this industry and has had success, and he's seen a lot of different things.
Yes.
There's a reason why he wants you to leave the light on, Gerald, and he's glad you cutting the key for him, because there's home, because he recognizes that there's a lot of stuff out there, but it's noise, it's trash, it's the shiny object that you go, ooh, and then all of a sudden here you are putting forth effort, and then it goes away again. You heard him say a lot of companies left him before he was ready to leave them. It was, you put everything in, but he's looking for something, and it really comes down to is stability that has the ability to have impact and make a difference. And so that's what we do. What I love about this industry as a whole, and what especially in MWR Financial specifically, we have the best self-development program with that one heck of a compensation plan attached to it, and then experts to make sure that financially you do all the right things with your money so that way you go forward. So Gerald, this has been amazing. You did an absolutely awesome job, my friend. To Talisha Black, to Jessica Schufer, to Athan Clemon, and then of course our great program director extraordinaire, Miss Martina Britt Yelverton. We want to thank you all for joining us. Get with the person that invited you to take a look at what you're seeing here in this live, and go lock arms with us, and let's go make wealth real, because that's exactly what MWR Financial stands for. Make wealth real. With that being said, I'm going to say good night, everyone.